Good morning, everyone. This is Ronak Patel from St. Mary's High School, Mugri Anand. Welcome you to the YouTube channel of our school. Today, we'll learn about chapter number 1, Matter in our Surrounding, from 9th Standard Science. In our previous video, we have talked about different states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. Today, in this we'll see the further topics of the chapter, that is the effects of temperature on these states of matter, which is the subtopic of change in the physical state of matter can be done by the different methods, that is temperature and pressure. So first of all we will see the effects of temperature and then we will see the effects of pressure on the states of matter. So first of all, what can temperature do to the matter? So we have seen when we take ice and we put it on the gas stove. So what you will observe? You will observe that its state changes from solid to liquid. And when we apply more heat to it, it converts into vapor form after reaching the proper temperature. And the same thing, when we cool down that vapor, it will convert into water droplets, that means in liquid state. And when we put liquid into the fridge for refrigeration, it will convert into again solid state, that is ice. So, this is the effects of temperature on the states of matter. So, first of all, in this, we learn about the first definition is the temperature at which solid melts to form liquid at atmospheric pressure is called its melting point. So, first of all, we will write down the formula for melting point. So, as we have talked about what is called melting point, so we'll write down the definition over here, that the temperature at which a solid melts to form. To form liquid at temperature at which solid melts to form liquid at atmospheric pressure. The temperature at which solid melts to form liquid at atmospheric pressure is called its melting point. And the melting point of ice is in the standard unit of temperature, that is Kelvin. We are using in regular life Celsius, but Celsius is not applicable on the all places because the standard unit means SI unit. International System of Units have given standard unit for temperature is Kelvin. So the melting point of ice is 273.16 Kelvin. And if we need to convert the Kelvin to Celsius form, we will derive over here that 273.16 Kelvin So we can say that melting point of ice is 273.16 Kelvin, that is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, understood? This is the most important conversion that we need to remember for particular this chapter. Now, during melting, the temperature of ice does not rise, even though heat is being supplied continuously due to latent heat of fusion. This latent heat of fusion is used to overcome the forces of attraction, which breaks the forces of attraction in solid and it converts or melts into the liquid. So now the second definition will be latent heat of fusion. So let me recall you again the amount of heat required to change 1 kilogram solid to its liquid state at atmospheric pressure is known as latent heat of fusion. So we write that the amount at which the amount of heat required to change one kg means 1 kilogram of solid or 1 kilogram solid to its liquid state at atmospheric pressure. The amount of heat required to change 1 kg solid to its liquid state at atmospheric pressure is known as latent heat of fusion. It means we need whatever the amount of energy or heat is applied to convert 1 kilogram solid to convert into liquid is known, the energy which we give is known as the latent heat of fusion. Now, this is what we learn, that if we apply temperature, rise the temperature, it converts from solid to liquid. But now what about when we apply more heat to liquid? Then the next term comes, that is boiling point. So what is called boiling point? The temperature at which liquid boils to form vapor at atmospheric pressure is called boiling point. The temperature at which liquid boils to form vapor, that is the gaseous form of water, at atmospheric pressure is called boiling point, is called its boiling point. Okay, so boiling point means the temperature at which liquid boils to form vapor. When we apply more heat to liquid, it converts into vapor and atmospheric pressure is called its boiling point. Now, boiling point Now 273.16 Kelvin is equals to 0 degree. So 373.16 Kelvin will be what is added to this 100. So it will be 100 degrees Celsius. So 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of what you need to remember both the terms, that is in Kelvin or in Celsius. Now the next term, that the latent heat of vaporization. Next term is latent heat of vaporization. Okay, so what will be the definition for this? The amount of heat required to change 1 kilogram liquid to its gaseous state at atmospheric pressure is known as latent heat of vaporization. So we'll write again that the amount of heat required to change 1 kilogram liquid to its gaseous state. The amount of heat required to change 1 kilogram of its gaseous state at, copy from here because I don't need that, atmospheric pressure is known as latent heat of vaporization. So during boiling, the temperature of water does not rise, even though heat is being supplied to continuously, as this heat of vaporization is used to over the forces of attraction between water particles, means to break the chain of them. Now what will happen? So you might have observed, or the experiment that you have to do at home is, you have to take one plastic disposable glass, take one candle with you, fill the half of the glass with water, means cold water, not the hot water, and put candle and keep the glass on the candle. You will observe that till the water will not get its boiling point, until then the plastic or the paper cup, whichever you have taken, will not get burned. So this thing you have to do at your home. Okay, at 100 degrees Celsius, energy of water vapor is much more than the energy of water at 100 degrees Celsius. So we can change one state of matter to another by changing the temperature. It means we can see here that when we apply heat to solid, it converts into liquid, and when we apply more heat to liquid, it converts into gaseous form. Okay, and by cooling, if we cool the gaseous form, means vapor of water, it will convert into liquid, that is water molecule or water droplets. And when we apply more heat, more cool, if we do more cooling to the liquid, it will convert into solid again. So these are the important things for the temperature of the states of, the effects of temperature on the states of matter. Okay, so the four things we have learned, that is melting point, latent heat of fusion, boiling point, latent heat of vaporization. The next we will learn is sublimation. Okay, so what is called sublimation? Sublimation means the change of solid directly into vapors on heating and of vapors into solid on cooling without passing through the intervening liquid state is called sublimation. It means when we apply heat to a substance and from solid it will directly convert into gaseous form, or if we apply coolness or if we cool down the gaseous form and instead of getting converted into liquid form, directly if it converts into solid form, this kind of process is known as sublimation. For example, you have seen camphor at your home. So what it does, have you ever seen the droplets of camphor? No, it directly converts into gaseous form. Day by day you will see the size will get smaller and smaller. Okay, so when camphor or aluminum chloride is heated in a China abyss covered by an inverted funnel, the vapors of ammonium chloride are converted into solid ammonium chloride on coming in contact with the cold inner walls of the funnel. This is given in textbook. Now we'll write down the definition of sublimation over here. Okay, now we'll write down the definition of sublimation. Okay, so what will be the definition of sublimation? That already we have discussed. So we'll write over here the change of solid state directly, or the change of solid directly into vapors, the change of solid directly into vapors on heating and of vapors into solid on cooling, the change of solid directly into vapors on heating and of vapors into solid on cooling without passing through the intervening liquid state is known as, or is called, the sublimation. Okay, so sublimation means the change of solid directly into vapors on heating and of vapors into solid or cooling without passing through the intervening liquid state is called sublimation. So for today, this topic we conclude here. In our next video, we'll see the effects of pressure and evaporation. Till then, bye bye, take care, God bless you, stay home, stay safe, and thank you for watching the video.